Hi guys, how are you doing today? Let's reach your goals quicker. In today's workshop, let me talk about something very basic, but very important. This is where I start with my clients. Usually after we go through, what platforms they are using and what are the statistics, this is what we do to make sure that, we are spot on the goal and we know always what to do. Hi guys, my name is Agnes Bogardi. I'm a laptop lifestyle architect and online business manager, and I help business owners to make sure that they create a savvy, bossy business from a messy business, and we are scaling that baby as soon as possible. Okay, so let me know, where are you tuning in from, what are you doing, and what's your business model, because I have here an inventory sheet, what you will do for yourself, and we can go from there. So in the last couple of weeks, I shared my tips and tricks, how you can make sure that you are set up for a solid foundation and that you are doing, things what matter the most before you even get started with other things. And this is something as well what comes to, before doing the automation, before doing I know that, everyone wants to start there, right? Just straight away outsource everything and automate the process. But it's unfortunately not always as easy as that. And you will see, and I will mention as well, that there are some strategies what people are using which doesn't really make any sense if you are just not there yet, right? So as usual, procrastination and overwhelm comes from not being clear what you have, what you do, what you have to do. And how often did it happen to you, or has it happened to you that, you sit there, you have to do something, but you are just so overwhelmed with your to-do list that it's just, you just give up straight away, right? So basically, we are growing the business on the go, right? So it's totally natural that you procrastinate, you feel like you are close to burnout, you are sitting there and you're just not even, don't even want to think about all of the things what we have to do. But I think there are a couple of tricks what you can use, and also with this method you will be clear what to do and what to focus on next. And it is totally normal to change your, we are growing our business on the go, we are changing our audience, we are changing the things we offer because we evolve, our business evolves, the service, the solution, how we can help people changes. And at the end of the day, we want to help people. So maybe on a drawing board, on the whiteboard, it can sound good, or it can be a really good idea. But if people cannot relate to it, or if it doesn't really work in doing, then you might need to change something, and maybe you have $1 million idea, but you just not finding the right people. But you can go back to that idea later on, but you need to do something else in the meantime. So it is natural that our business is changing, and our offers and messaging and everything is changing, right? Maybe the freebie what you created 5 months ago or 2 years ago, it's outdated. And you're creating content around something because our brain just, stayed there. So don't worry about that. At the end of the day, all businesses are the same. And as for me, yes, I said that. And for me, as an online business manager, for me, it doesn't really matter what you sell, right? So after a while, after I worked with 100 plus entrepreneurs in totally different industries, from meditation teacher to e-commerce, through knitting business, through financial and investment companies or businesses. at the end of the day, for me, it doesn't matter what you sell, right? If you are running an online business, then there are a couple of ideas how you can sell your product, how you attract clients, and how you deliver your product, and that's it. And that's all what it matters at the end of the day. For me, it doesn't matter what do you have on your sales page, what do you have in the back office, or are you selling products or just services. And to be honest, taking a step back and realizing it, I think it's a huge thing, because it means clarity. It means that that everything comes back to these basics. And from there, you can do it fancy, you can do it nicer, you can do it more complicated, you can have a more complex approach, you can have a more complex system to do things. But at the end of the day, these are the basics, what you need to make sure that you have in order to get started or to scale to a different level. And I think the biggest mistake what people do, right? We are starting our businesses. We get into the doing mode. We don't look back. We don't see and check back if what we created is still relevant. And you try to hire someone. And then you are sitting there, or you try to automate something, and you're sitting there and you think, okay, this VA won't work out because she's not getting it, what I want to tell her, or maybe you've been there already, that you someone asked for your bio and you just, or an image, and you just couldn't find it. You were looking for it for 20 minutes and you just gave up at the end of the day. Or you're not posting something on Facebook because in a group where people ask for your freebies or for your landing page or your website, because it's not ready, because you cannot find a link quickly and stuff like that. These are the signs that you need to take a step back. And hiring a VA, sorry VAs, but it won't solve your business. And it's because you are not clear what you want either. If you know what you want to outsource, it's that easy, just handing it over. But even if you are not clear, then it's not. So let's do this. I don't want to, to feel miserable, but let's do this. And then after today, you are just fine, and you can start to work on the big picture, and you can be sure that what you are working on is actually worth it. Okay, so let me check my notes. In the last couple of weeks, I talked about loads of things. I talked about the basics, how you can set up your business, how you what you need to think about before even thinking of hiring someone, and automation, and what are the secrets what no one talks about. So if you haven't watched those videos, I highly recommend checking it, because it leads to this step as well. So let's get clear on what you do, and add it in the comments as well what you are doing actually, and how does your business look like, because then I can help you to eliminate the questions or the issues if you have something, if something is not clear. But think about your business as you have a normal shop, right? So you need products to sell. You need a shop front where people can see and lurk and have a better understanding what you have. You need a shop where you sell the products, and you need to deliver those products. It doesn't matter if that's a service, it doesn't matter if that's an actual shop, but that's how the online world works as well. We have different words for that, like website and funnel, and you can use Shopify and 20,000 different things, and memberships and everything else. But on the basics, think about the products, the product hub, what you are selling. Think about the deliver method, how you are delivering it. Think about your marketing, how you are attracting new leads, and think about how you sell, right? Because that's the four main piece what you actually need to do in your business. For lead generation, of course, you can have 20,000 different things. If you want, I have 101 lead generation process list. You can use strategies after strategies. You listen 3 podcasts and you have in business related, and you have 10 new different ideas how to generate leads. It is crucial, but it doesn't really matter until you have the foundation. So until you have something to sell, of course you can divert people to your freebies, but in thinking in a normal shop, until you don't have a stock, it doesn't really matter if people come in or not, right? You want the people come in when you are ready and when you can deliver your products. So after you thought about these 4 categories, what's in there? So what's your product? How do you deliver your product? How do you generate new clients? And how do you sell actually what you are doing? After that, pull up a sheet, and I'm not sure if I'm on the right side or not, on the left-hand side, write down everything what is a one-time thing, right? So what you need only to create once. This would be your Facebook profile, this would be your Facebook page, this would be your funnel, this would be your freebie, this would be whatever, however you deliver your product. Registering for the different platforms, this would be the different social media accounts, where you need to sign up, and the one-time things. And on the right hand side, you have the things what you need to do on an ongoing basis, weekly, monthly, daily, every quarter, whatever, right? Like statistics, like content creation, like everything else what you need to do on an ongoing basis to make sure that your clients are supported, that you have lead generation, that the money is coming in, and accounting would be another thing, right? We all love that. And there is a third type of things what we don't talk about right now, because it just creates, and I think that's the biggest problem actually in the industry, that type of projects, right? What you think it's just let's launch something, or let's work with someone, but those are full-blown projects. And if you are not ready to launch something, to run a launch, or if you are not ready to get on a new lead generation strategy, or if you are not ready to take someone on board, because the basics what we just covered are not created, then you will get overwhelmed, and it doesn't really make any sense to hire someone if you are not clear on the processes either. I hope it makes sense. Let me know in the comments. And wouldn't that be amazing? Because if you go through this, then you will have a list of ongoing tasks and one-time tasks. And if you break those down to bite-sized pieces, then actually at the end of the day, you will be able to log into your project management or to your Google Sheet or wherever you are handling this, and you will be able to make sure that you focus on the right things and you prioritize them properly, right? The one-time things is something what you slowly start to get to implement, right? So obviously you will need to create content from quasi day one, right? If you want to attract people, because that takes a little bit longer. But as long as you getting into the habit of creating content and connecting with people, if social media is your lead generation tactic, then or Instagram, then maybe getting into the habit and into the content creation, because it will take time to get people on board and to get to know your name out there. Or if you are already doing content creation, maybe you want to bring it to the next level. And having the basics down, the foundations down from the right hand side, so the things from the left hand side, what you need to do only once, like your website, like your profile, you will need to give that a little bit more time. And once those are done, you can go fancy with your lead generation. You can go fancy with the new launches and stuff like that. But you need to have the basics done, right? So 80-20 rule, as always. Focus of your time. You know how much time you have. Schedule it in your calendar and make sure that you have whatever the 80% of the time is focused on the one-time things, because once that's done, you are good. And the remaining 20% is the lead generation and getting visible and getting your name out there. So that's phase 1, right? Or phase 0 or whatever. So when you are just getting started, or when you already have things from this, then just tick them off your list, and then okay, I have already a freebie, here is a link, here is the funnel. Think through how it works, how you want to have that go, right? Because maybe it's connected to a page which is no longer available, or maybe the thank you page is no longer relevant because you close that group where it diverts people, and things like this. If you take your time to think about those, then it will really help you. Okay, so let's get an example. For example, you are working as a coach, and hi there, how are you? You are working as a coach, and what you are doing is offering one-on-one calls for X amount of money. People are scheduling, that's fine. People schedule the call, they pay, and you follow up if they need to have another call, right? So that's your business model. You can go fancy, you can go, with recurring payments and stuff like that. But if you are just getting started, don't overcomplicate it. What you would need on the left-hand side, I actually did it in a wrong way as well. I'm having trouble with left hand wrong from the beginning. I'm a pretty good driver, but so left hand side. What would you need is you would need a Facebook profile, right? Let's choose for your one-on-one call business, whatever you are doing. You're doing readings, or you are doing meditations, or you are doing some kind of coaching. Then people schedule a call, they pay, and they show up, and that's it. You get 5 clients a month, charging each of them 2,000. That's an option as well. 200. Then you have 1,000 a month. So if you choose Facebook as a thing, as your lead generation, then you need a Facebook profile. That's a one-time thing. You create it once and it's working, right? You just need to create content. You sign up to Calendly. Use the paid version, because then you can connect Stripe or PayPal to be able to people to pay on the scheduling part. You sign up to some kind of payment method, which is PayPal or Stripe. Again, it integrates with Calendly. It's $12 a month. It's really nothing. After the first sales, you have that back. You need to sign up for some kind of email list, right? So the people who are coming in, you will be able to follow up with them even if Facebook shuts down or something. So you need an email list. You might need to sign a contract. There are free options out there like HelloSign and DocuSign, what you can integrate. And also there is my favorite. If you are further down the line, then you can use Dubsado as well. 3 people are free, so it's a pretty smooth process where people can sign up, can check the proposal, can do payments and stuff like that. But if you are just getting started, don't even go there. Just sign up to HelloSign or DocuSign, and then you are able to add the contract of yourself, and people can sign. Right? You create obviously an email address. You sign up for, or you log into Gmail and Google Drives. You create a freebie. That's another one-time thing. What you need once. Make sure that that's something what people really need, and you solve some kind of problem. You create the freebie funnel with your email list provider, so a landing page, an email list, and a welcome email. What people get when they sign up for the freebie. So the freebie is done, and then on the thank you page you can send them to Calendly or to a different to Messenger or something. You don't even need to send them anywhere. And you sign up for Zoom, or if the one-on-one calls require something like that, right? Then, or you can do it on the phone or on Facebook or whatever. There are so many Hangouts, Google Hangouts, so many things where you can actually schedule a call. And on the other side, on the right-hand side, you have the ongoing task, because once that's done, you have the system ready, and it's really not rocket science. For each of these platforms, what I've just mentioned, it's pretty easy to get started. They have fabulous tutorials how you can do it. Of course you can optimize later. Of course you can take copywriting courses and stuff like that, but it's just not, it doesn't matter, if you don't have that, or if just go out there and do it. Right now we are by the price of $12 a month, and this is it, and your time, obviously, what it costs. So on the ongoing part, what you need to get started with building the processes, and it might be a negative feeling to that process part, but think about just the steps what you take when you are accomplishing a task. So that's what actually just the process is. It can be much learning. But that's why I like to help people, to get started, because it's not that hard. It is really not that hard. I think the whole industry makes it harder and makes you feel that it's not doable, or it is easy. And obviously, as always, there is a learning curve. But I think once you have the basics, and once you start to write it down, and if you want me to, I have a sheet what you can download and start to fill this out. Once you see the big picture, what you need to achieve, I think breaking it down, it's after that, it's just easy. It's just one step after another. So back again, ongoing stuff. Obviously, some kind of content creation needs to be there from day one. So you need to make sure you know your clients, you know how you can help them, and go from there, right? You need some kind of lead generation process, which will be then connected to your content creation, and which will be connected to your freebie. So obviously you need to create your freebie first, and the freebie funnel, to make sure that you can send people somewhere once they started to interact with you. You need to figure out how you are serving your clients, right? So if it's hopping on a call, then that's the process what you need to make sure that it happens, sending the link to your client. hopping on the call, and if you have something like, summary, then you need some kind of template where you send the summary, write the summary, and send it as a PDF or something like that after your call with the client. You need some kind of process to following up with leads, which can be as easy as a weekly, monthly newsletter, and following up with your clients, with your actual clients, to make sure that they schedule next month as well. Or if they want to have, a little bit more help from you, then you can create easily another link with a 2-hour session, or with they purchase straight away a 4-hour session, and you can scale from there. But to that, you need the system to have in place, and obviously serving your clients and supporting them. So there will be always things like, they cannot log in. There will be always things like they are having difficulties. There will be always something, tools and resources what you can share with them to make their life easier. So it's not that hard, I promise you. Maybe you feel overwhelmed right now. I hope not. Let's get through it again. So you might need a Facebook profile, you might need a Calendly link, PayPal, something to sign the contract, an email follow-up program, some kind of freebie, which can be as easy as a worksheet, which can be as easy as an audio, a video, something where you go people through something. You can record so easily a live, download it, and that's your freebie. And you need to sign up for Zoom or something where you have your calls. This is an example. Obviously, if your product hub looks like something different, then you will list those on the ongoing on the one-time part, and on the ongoing things. It is always content creation, lead generation, checking the stats, maybe following up with clients, following up with leads, and serving your clients. So these are always the steps what you need to think about. And you can do it fancier, you can do it better, you can do it more often, but these are the things what need to have in place to be able to serve your clients. Once you are starting to create this, okay, so you have the sheet, you write down everything what you have in your product hub. How do you deliver your content? How does your marketing look like? And how do you deliver? I think we have that. Product hub, how do you deliver? How do you attract people? And how do you follow up with people, with your clients? From there, you have the list. So once you start creating the elements of the ongoing stuff in your 80% of time, create a Google Sheet, sign up to Trello if you are more advanced, and start to make sure that all of your resources are under one place. Sign up to Google folder, save the things there, right? Save the images what you create with Canva. Save all of your links under one place to make sure that you can always access that, and it's easy to just go there and find everything. Everything else is just unnecessary, right? So if you are not having a product yet, then it doesn't really matter how your support sequence looks like, right? If you're not having people on your list, then it doesn't really matter how follow-up sequence looks like for you. Then concentrate on the first thing, to get leads, and that will help you to prioritize your to-do list each time. Another thing what I would like to mention before I'm wrapping up is choose one lead generation tactic. I'm telling you, having a Facebook group, creating content, being active in groups, and scheduling interviews with people, it's not one lead generation strategy just because you are on Facebook. all the time for the four things, right? So focus on one thing and see what works, try different things, dig deep, and from there you can once you got into the habit, once you are doing it without procrastination, without an issue, then you can go and find a new lead generation tactic and start to implement it, break it down to steps and start to implement it. This is a huge thing because we want to do everything at the same time, right? You listen a podcast, you hear how cool it works out for someone, this and that, and then you are just jumping to another strategy, which isn't healthy, which isn't good for your business, for your productivity, and you will never know. I've been there, done that. You will never know if that works or not if you are doing it only for 2 weeks, right? We need 66 days to create a habit, or 67. So yeah, let's do it a little bit longer. And your infrastructure is the number one. So that will determine how everything looks like, how your lead generation looks like, and how the processes are looking like. And that's the inventory, what you need to do, even if you are advanced, and even if you are just getting started. If you are advanced, and if you I would recommend to add existing content catalog to that list as well, because you have already content which is gold, with what you can use as a freebie. You have already freebies what you can put together and offer it as a mini course. And think about these type of things first before you start to launch your new idea or a new program, because it will help tremendously. You can create your you can fill your content calendar in no time with your existing content. Back in the days they said it's a year when you can get started to repurpose your content, what you already created. But if it's an evergreen content, now it's 3 months. No one's seeing anything, right? So it's like 10% of people are seeing your content. So make sure that you have that handy before you get started with something else. And you will see that you did so much already in your business that it's just it's just good to have that. Oh man, okay, I wasn't lazy. Maybe I'm not there where I want to be, but I wasn't lazy. And maybe, it creates for you a totally different perspective what you can do in your business once you have that overview. So create your list, share your list, let me know in the comments what you have, what you don't have. Reach out to me if you are unclear. Ask your questions. Let me know if you cannot relate to this one-on-one service example what I've just told you. Then we can figure out something else. Let me know. I'm preparing a membership where you can just go in, and for all of these type of things, just copy my Trello board and go over, personalize it for yourself, and do the task to make sure that you're not overwhelmed anymore. Because it is easy. It is easy when you know what you don't know, but usually we don't know what we don't know, right? So reach out, let me know if you are interested. I will start with a beta group with a pretty low entry price, which is a lifetime entry for you, a lifetime price for you, and then you can go from there. You will help to make sure that this is something amazing, and you will be one of the founding members, the go-to person in your industry, in the group, in the membership, because I want this to be a community. I want this to be something special where people can come in and not just be overwhelmed, but scale their businesses quicker with the process processes and with the community, that we are helping each other and that we share what's working and what's not working. So let me know if that's something you can relate to, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to hop on a call and go through whatever questions you have. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me today, and have an amazing day. Next week we are talking about outsourcing and how you can make sure that you are prepared for outsourcing. So stay tuned. Have an amazing day. Bye.